Welcome to War Bios, the podcast that delves into the lives of history's most fascinating military figures. I'm your host, General Biography, and today we're going to explore the life of Hideki Tojo, a man whose name would become synonymous with Japan's militaristic ambitions during World War II. To understand the complexities of Tojo's character and the decisions he made as a leader, it's essential to examine his formative years, which laid the groundwork for his future trajectory. Hideki Tojo was born on December 30, 1884, in Tokyo, Japan, to a family with a long history of military service. His father, Hidenori Tojo, was a lieutenant general in the Imperial Japanese Army, and his mother, Chitsuka Tojo, was from a respected samurai family. The young Tojo grew up in a household that valued discipline, loyalty, and dedication to duty. As a child, he would often accompany his father on military inspections and training exercises, which instilled in him a deep respect for the Japanese armed forces. Tojo's early education took place at the Shinai Elementary School in Tokyo, where he excelled academically and demonstrated a particular aptitude for mathematics and literature. In 1899, he entered the Tokyo Academy, a prestigious military preparatory school that groomed young men for careers in the Imperial Japanese Army. The Academy's rigorous curriculum, which emphasized physical training, tactics, and strategy, helped shape Tojo into a skilled and dedicated officer. During Tojo's time at the Academy, Japan was undergoing rapid modernization and expansion. The Meiji Restoration of 1868 had transformed the country into a modern, industrialized nation, and its military leaders were eager to assert their dominance on the world stage. The Russo-Japanese War, which lasted from 1904 to 1905, had a profound impact on Tojo, as he witnessed firsthand the rapid modernization of Japan's military and the country's growing assertiveness on the international stage. In 1905, Tojo graduated from the Imperial Japanese Army Academy, ranking 10th out of 363 cadets. His early military career was marked by assignments to various infantry regiments, where he quickly distinguished himself as a skilled and dedicated officer. In 1918, Tojo married Katsuko Ito, the daughter of a prominent Tokyo family, and the couple would go on to have 3 children together. The years following Tojo's graduation from the academy were marked by significant events that shaped his worldview and informed his future decisions. The Russian Revolution of 1917, which led to the establishment of the Soviet Union, had far-reaching implications for Japan's foreign policy and military strategy. Tojo, like many of his contemporaries, was deeply concerned about the spread of communism in East Asia and saw it as a threat to Japan's national security. As we explore the early life of Hideki Tojo, we see a young man shaped by the traditions of his family, the discipline of his education, and the ambitions of his nation. The formative experiences of Tojo's childhood and adolescence laid the groundwork for his future as a military leader, foreshadowing the significant role he would play in shaping Japan's destiny during World War II. Tojo's ascent within the military hierarchy was marked by a series of strategic assignments and calculated career moves. In 1920, he was appointed as a staff officer in the Army General Staff, where he quickly distinguished himself through his exceptional organizational skills and tactical acumen. This period saw Tojo develop a deep understanding of military strategy and logistics, skills that would serve him well in his future roles. The 1920s were a time of significant change for Japan as the country navigated the complexities of international relations and sought to expand its influence in East Asia. Tojo, like many of his contemporaries, was deeply concerned about the spread of communism and the potential threat it posed to Japan's national security. He became an advocate for a more assertive foreign policy, one that would secure Japan's interests through military strength and strategic alliances. In 1928, Tojo was appointed as the commander of the 24th Infantry Regiment, a posting that allowed him to apply his tactical skills in a practical setting. His success in this role earned him recognition within the military establishment, and he soon found himself at the center of a group of like-minded officers who shared his vision for Japan's future. One of Tojo's most significant relationships during this period was with General Kazushige Ugaki, a prominent military leader who served as a mentor and patron to the ambitious young officer. Ugaki recognized Tojo's potential and provided him with valuable guidance and support, helping to facilitate his rise through the ranks. as the 1930s dawned, Japan's military expansionism began to accelerate, driven in part by the economic crises of the Great Depression. Tojo, now a major general, played a key role in shaping the country's military strategy, advocating for a more aggressive approach to securing resources and protecting national interests. His views were influenced by his earlier experiences, including his time as a staff officer and his observations of the international scene. In 1937, Tojo was appointed as the chief of staff of the Kwangtung Army, Japan's military force in Manchuria. This posting gave him direct oversight of operations in northern China and allowed him to implement his strategic vision on a larger scale. The Second Sino-Japanese War, which began in 1937, marked a significant turning point in Tojo's career, as he played a key role in planning and executing Japan's military campaigns. Tojo's successes during this period earned him widespread recognition within the Japanese military establishment, and he became known for his exceptional leadership skills and unwavering dedication to duty. As one of his contemporaries noted, Tojo was a man of unshakable conviction, driven by a deep sense of patriotism and a commitment to Japan's greatness. His experiences during this period laid the groundwork for his eventual appointment as Prime Minister of Japan, a role in which he would play a pivotal part in shaping the country's destiny during World War II. Tojo's appointment as Prime Minister in 1941 marked the culmination of his meteoric rise within the Japanese military establishment. As the leader of Japan, he played a pivotal role in shaping the country's destiny during World War II. His leadership style was characterized by a strong sense of nationalism and a commitment to expanding Japan's influence in East Asia. One of Tojo's most significant decisions as Prime Minister was the attack on Pearl Harbor in December 1941. This bold move, intended to prevent the United States from interfering with Japanese expansionism, ultimately led to Japan's involvement in a global conflict. Tojo's government also oversaw the invasion of Singapore, Malaysia, and the Philippines, as well as the brutal treatment of prisoners of war and civilians. As the war turned against Japan, Tojo's popularity began to wane. The country suffered a series of devastating defeats, including the Battle of Midway in 1942 and the Battle of Guadalcanal in 1943. The Allied bombing campaign, which targeted Japanese cities and industrial centers, also took a heavy toll on the country's infrastructure and civilian population. In July 1944, Tojo resigned as Prime Minister, citing poor health and the need for new leadership. However, his resignation did not mark the end of his involvement in Japanese politics. He continued to play a role in shaping the country's military strategy, even as the Allies closed in on Japan. After Japan's surrender in August 1945, Tojo was arrested and put on trial for war crimes by the International Military Tribunal for the Far East. The trial, which lasted from 1946 to 1948, heard testimony from numerous witnesses and presented evidence of Tojo's involvement in atrocities committed during the war. Tojo's defense team argued that he was simply carrying out his duties as a soldier and a statesman, but the prosecution presented a compelling case that he had been directly responsible for many of the war crimes committed by Japanese forces. In the end, Tojo was found guilty and sentenced to death by hanging. On December 23, 1948, Hideki Tojo was executed at Sugamo Prison in Tokyo, bringing an end to a life marked by both remarkable achievement and devastating tragedy. His legacy serves as a reminder of the dangers of militarism and the importance of accountability for those who commit war crimes. While his actions had far-reaching consequences, both positive and negative, they also serve as a reminder of the importance of understanding the past in order to build a better future. In conclusion, our exploration of Hideki Tojo's life has provided a nuanced and detailed account of one of the most significant figures in Japanese history. That's all for today's War Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, I'm General Biography reminding you to keep marching toward victory.